On this week's show, I'm going to be reviewing Green Lantern as well as spinning the Action Heroes movie wheel. All that coming up next. Well, Green Lantern, it's one of those films that occasionally you'll think about and go, I want to give it a chance. Well, I'm here to tell you people, I had to give it a chance because I got randomly selected this movie. And oh my, it's not that good at all, no matter how much you try to give it hope. I mean, in many ways, this scene here represents Green Lantern for me. If Green Lantern, the movie, is this giant poop cloud coming to attack people, and those people are the audience, this is what Green Lantern is doing to you. That's right. It's sucking your soul out. And it's not this man's fault. Ryan Reynolds, who's extremely talented, we all love him as Deadpool, unfortunately, is just flat here. He's not allowed to be himself. As for the plot, oh my. Within the first 90 seconds of this movie, you are flooded with so much information, no matter why people were confused. And if somehow you're able to navigate through all that information, you end up with a very dull, uninteresting movie. But, you know, not everyone's fault. There are some saving graces. This man here, Mark Strong as Sinestro, is really good as that character, and certainly would be keen to see him further on. But that's it. Everything else is just awful. Blake Lively plays the love interest in this film. My God, her performance was awful. Now, we know she's talented, but she's not in this film. It is a dreadful film to watch. If you're a comic book fan, you probably were hoping for something that was a bit more akin to your experiences, but you certainly weren't getting this out of the film. They had the money, they had the talent, they had everything going for it as a concept, but they just ended up creating a bloody awful movie. I mean, the fact of the matter is it makes, you know, other things like X-Men or Wolverine seem like a good film, and that's saying something. Either way, guys, am I ever going to recommend that you watch this film? No, I'm not, you know, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't stop you from watching it. Will I ever see this movie again? No. Hell no. There is no way I'm going to be watching this film ever again. And I'm glad now that I've finally been able to put this demon to bed. I've given it a shot. I tried to like this movie, but it's horrible. So in saying that, let's move on, guys. Let's get cracking on to, where's my button here? Let's move on to the wheel. All right, the film wheel. Here we go. And of course, as I said in the intro, in the pre-intro, we're doing Action Heroes. So the movies selected here were just, I randomly picked them off a list. And obviously there's hundreds of great action films. And I put them together. And generally each film, there's a significant person that is like leading an action hero, like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. So anyway, I could talk all the live long day about it, but I think I'd just prefer to spin the wheel and hopefully get a film that's a better quality than the piece of crap that I just had to endure. So, okay, let's do it. Here we go, spinning that wheel. All right, let's see what happens, hey? There's some really good films on here, though. There's some really great stuff, but there's some trash as well. So let's press this spin button and see what happened. Ooh, I do declare that is the winner of all winner. If I got the worst film last week in Green Lantern, I think I've just landed on the best film personally off this list. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to be able to sit back and watch Raiders of the Lost Ark for about the 50th time. Now, what can I say about Raiders of the Lost Ark that you don't already know about? I mean, if you're watching this show, you would have seen that film. Made in 1981. What's interesting, though, that George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, who worked together to make this film, George Lucas was coming off of almost losing everything with all these money being invested in Empire Strikes Back. Was looking something to do a bit more low rent. And Steven Spielberg had just finished coming off 1941, now, which was a disaster of a film. Lost a lot of money. And certainly didn't help Spielberg's reputation of being someone who goes over budget on his films. So he was looking to do something a bit simpler. So they got together. And obviously George had this idea for Raiders, and the rest, everyone knows. The point is, what did we get in the end? Arguably one of the greatest action films. Excuse me. Arguably one of the greatest action films of all time. No doubt. I think it certainly set the pace. It certainly set the expectation of what you can do in film. And they're obviously wholly inspired by the serials that they grew up watching as children, were aware of maybe on TV and that. But essentially, the pace of the film, the way the plot works, everything about this film is almost perfection in my mind. It's hard to pick out a negative in it. I saw this film at the cinema in 1981, and I would have been 7 around the time, 7 or 8. And I remember seeing it, and I remember my sister actually at the time going to try to close my eyes at the last scene where everyone's face is melting. But I do remember sneaking a peek. So, but yes, of course, grew up just watching this film all the time. It's a fantastic franchise. No matter what you think of the fourth one, it's still an incredible franchise, and this is the pick of the bunch. Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm so pumped to be able to watch this and re-review this, and I certainly think it'll be a, without giving away the bag, it's going to be a positive review, and certainly a better review than Green Lantern, or a better experience at least anyway. That's brilliant. I'm excited. Raiders of the Lost Ark. For some reason, you've never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is your priority in life. You have no other priority. You find this film. You hunt this film down. You watch this movie, because it is certainly one of the highest tiers experience I ever remember. So, now, I know what I'm going to be reviewing next week, but now I need to pick the genre of the movies that we're going to pick next week. So before we do that, let's just move over to the social page. Obviously, plug ahoy. Go to the Pop Culture Spread channel. Check us all out on there. Go to Random Film Watch. Subscribe, like, interact, do all that kind of stuff. Let's move over to the genre wheel. Alright, here we are at the genre wheel. Now, because we chose action heroes, I've taken that off there, and I've actually replaced it with westerns, which I didn't have there as a genre. So I'll do that. So next week, if whatever I choose, that won't be on the following week's wheel, and you'll get the hang of it. All right, let's just spin this wheel and see what genre of movies I'm going to be randomly spinning next week. All right, let's roll. Let's do this. Let it be something good. Please don't be romantic comedies. I'm just not feeling it at the moment. I don't want to watch romantic comedies. All right, here we go. Put me out of my misery, Jason. Here we go. Booyah. What have I hit? What have I hit? Car chase movies. Awesome. Car chase movies. That's going to be great. There is so many unbelievable car chase movies out there. So that's going to be great. Are there 20? Easily. Easily there'd be 20 of them. So that's going to be very cool to be able to watch some films with some of the greatest car chase scenes of all time. Wowee, this is brilliant. I really hit jackpot this week. I couldn't ask for anything better. I started off horribly with having to review that Green Lantern, but then I'm getting Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now I've got, I can do a review on car chase movies next week. This is awesome. This is what I want the show to be about. Just being able to selectively, randomly pick a film, jump in and enjoy it, and, remind ourselves why we love watching films so much, and what films do for us who are people who love the cinema. So, guys, I'm just rambling at this point. Let's get out of here. Thanks for watching. Come back next week when I review Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I get to randomly choose a car chase movie. We will see you next time, guys.